Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here, all right? Kick off your shoes, relax your feet. Get comfortable. You are now in the den. And today, okay, I am doing a recap review for American Horror Stories, Season 1, Episode 6, FaceLift. So, honey child, let me tell y'all. I said, okay, this is FaceLift. What y'all gonna give us this week, American Horror Stories? All right, I already gave my breakdown last week. Season 1 and 2, I thought we started out strong. 3 and 4, I wasn't that crazy about. Bloody Mary last week was okay. I said, okay, that was definitely better than that number 4. That was gross as I don't know what, y'all. So I said, where we going this week? Now, you telling me FaceLift. So I'm thinking Twilight Zone, all right, when they all was picking that same number and everybody was looking alike and sis did not want to get it. She did not want to look like everybody else. Or I said, wait a minute, maybe this is the one where everybody got the pig face, all right, and the girl that quote unquote looks normal is the one that is considered ugly, right? Are y'all gonna take us there, American Horror Stories? And I see they got my girl Judith Light, so I'm like, okay, I like her. What's going on? So we see she waking up, honey. She got every face care product that is known to man on her dresser. She go head to the bathroom and she peeing in this jar. I said, well, what we doing with the pee, girl? What is going on with this pee? You know, do you have to take it into your doctor to get some tests? I know you ain't doing a pregnancy test. You're a little too old for that. Child, no. She putting it on her face. She done read somewhere that this helps you look beautiful, okay? I don't know where the hell she heard it from, but child, I don't give a damn if it was going to make me look beautiful, if it was going to make me look 20 years younger. I ain't putting no urine on my face, okay? As bad as my neck and my back and my legs be hurting me, y'all, if they said I put urine on that today and it was going to feel better, I'm not doing it. Well, would I do it? No, I wouldn't do it, y'all. I would not do it, okay? Put it in the comments. Let me know if you would. But nonetheless, she come up in the kitchen and she give her daughter a kiss and baby is reeking out her pores. She like, girl, I know you ain't still in here putting urine on your face. She can smell it. So I'm like, ugh, you ain't using no soap, no water, no nothing. You just waking up in the morning, don't even brush your teeth, nothing, and you going right to this damn putting urine on your face. I'm sorry, I cannot, okay? So then when she get in the kitchen, you know, she taking this drink out the fridge and her daughter's like, wait, what is that? And she's basically saying it's asparagus beet juice. And she's telling her, like, you have to stop trying all these different remedies and things that you looking up or whatever. You know, I don't know what it is with you and this aging thing, okay? And we see already off the back, because the synopsis told us that this is a woman that's desperate, you know what I'm saying, to look her best and does the unthinkable. I said, baby, there's only one other thing that comes to my mind that is worse than damn pee. But we gonna see where this is gonna go, honey. So, you know, she's basically telling her daughter, like, you know, it's a 2-day antioxidant load and, you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to just basically, you know, help her. And so at this point, like I said, her daughter's basically like, look, you need to stop obsessing about your age. And she's telling her daughter is, you know, the only reason you hitting these books the way you the way you are is because you're trying to forget one of life's most important rules. And that is basically never marry someone that can't deliver, you know, alimony. And she's telling her mother, that's not what, you know, is about for me. I did not marry Tim or get with Tim, all right, for his money. And the mama tell her, you know, you see where that got you. And she's like, look, I'm going to law school. I'm proud of myself. I'm doing something for myself for once. And, you know, mama tells her that's admirable, okay? And, you know, then her daughter starts saying she really hopes that she could pass this baby bar. And she's like, you're going to pass it, okay? That's not even an issue. I got faith in you. So she finally does say something, you know, positive to her in that regard. And so, you know, then she go and she see, you know, neighbor out there, okay, Mr. Older gentleman, he's mowing his lawn, and, you know, she seemed to kind of have a little crush going on with him. And daughter catches her and was like, Mom, you know, Bernie is actually getting a divorce. She like, really? They seem like they was doing so good. They look so happy. She was like, well, I guess not, okay? Looks can be deceiving. And she said, I know you always had a thing for him. And she was like, stop it, okay? Your father saw me looking at him one time and held that over my head for years. And so, you know, The daughter finds it cute. She's laughing and she's like, well, let's just accept it now. You can actually go over there. You could go over there right now and say hello. So she was like, no, no, no. You can't just pop up out the blue like that. You know, you have to do it in a natural course of the day or whatever. So she says, okay, well, I'm heard a little something, right? That he goes over here to the wine shop or whatever every Friday evening. So why don't you just pop on in there and maybe you could bump into Bernie. And so mama's over here, giggling and blushing or whatever, but you could tell she is thinking about it, right? Maybe meeting Bernie over here, you know what I'm saying, on the weekend at the wine shop, okay? Getting some wine and cheese. So, she go ahead and she does do what her daughter says. She done made herself up. And to be honest, listen, when she threw that makeup on her face, I was like, girl, you looking good. Okay, that's good enough. You ain't got to be doing a whole bunch of damn facelifts and stuff. But, of course, this is more about her insecurities that she have on the inside. So, while she's waiting in the store, she's checking her face in her mirror or whatever. And the guy comes over and was like, can I help you with something? Because usually you don't be in here that long. And she's like, oh no, I'm just, browsing. And he like, okay, stay long as you like. If it's anything that I could recommend you or I could help you with, let me know. So she was like, I absolutely will. And she's all fumbling over the bottles, being nervous. And then here walks in Bernie, okay? And so, of course, she tries to act like it's just a chance encounter. He's like, Virginia, oh, it's so great to see you. And she like, oh, Bernie, what a surprise. It's nice to see you, too. How you doing? How things been? It's been so long, And he was like, how are you holding up since Bill passed? And she like, one day at a time. He's like, yes, that's all we could do. So she's like, well, how's everything, with you? And he was like, well, she said, how's Anita? So he was like, well, to be honest, we have been taking some time apart. That is pretty much, done. And she was like, I'm sorry to hear that, And he said, well, it's been leading up for some time, but why dwell on sad things, right? We need to be thinking about positivity around here. So then, we see that he has somebody that's meeting him there that's actually saying she done found the cheese. He needs to find the wine. And she's like, Cassie, right? And then she's like, wait, Cassie Brooks, she's amazed at how she's looking. She could not even recognize her. So she was like, wow, we were in the same, dorm room. And then Bernie throwing a little shade, all right, talking about, oh, wow, I can't believe y'all two was in the same daggone dorm. And Cassie telling her she should go ahead and drop by next week. And she was like, yeah, maybe we will. Then she said, wait, we going to be in Tahoe. So her and Bernie apparently got a thing, okay? Cassie done beat her to it. And so he was like, oh, gosh, yeah, I'm afraid so, right? I forgot all about that. And she was like, well, I don't want to break up, y'all wine and cheese shopping. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all do what y'all got to do. So he said he was going to go over, and get the wine and was telling Virginia it's good to see her again. So she was like, well, Cassie, I just have to ask, okay, I cannot let you walk away without me knowing. What is your secret? Cassie tried to say diet and exercise, and Virginia said, cut the crap, baby, okay? I know no damn diet exercise ain't do that to your face, baby, okay? That did not just happen. She was like, what are you doing? What is your secret? And so Cassie tells her she would tell her on one condition. She was like, what's that? She said, well, you got to stay away from Bernie. So, Virginia said, listen, I don't know what you mean. This was an accident, just so happened to, bump into him casually. She said, girl, now you cut the crap, all right? If we going to keep it real, we both got to keep it real. And so Virginia was like, okay, I'll keep my distance. That's not a problem. So, Cassie come on and pull this card out and says, call and make an appointment, and she says, this gonna change your life, girl. So she goes into this appointment, and I mean, she's in there talking about, I'm hideous, I can't stand myself. 1 minute I was young and I was traveling and everything was good. I love being photographed. I love going to parties. And the next minute I know I'm this. And she was like, I never in a million years would have ever considered even coming to a plastic surgeon. But after I saw Cassie, I just was like, well, I have to come on and in. So this doctor, okay, so I think you're in the wrong place. I don't think you understand exactly what what it is we do. I don't think you're the right fit for me or what I do. And then she's like, what do you mean? She says, oh, I know this game. You just trying to make it look like it's, good to me so that I can go even harder and want it more. And so, the doctor says, do I look like a used car salesman to you? And she was like, no, you don't. And the doctor basically was like, listen, well, what I do, this is not a business of turning hideous people into beautiful ones, all right? If you believe you're hideous, then basically there's nothing I could do to change that. So now when she's saying that, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. If you ugly, then your thing, your face is going to come out ugly, right? If you're beautiful, then your face is going to come out beautiful, right? Maybe we going on something like that, right? This is what I'm thinking in my mind. And so Virginia says to her, oh, I hear you. You trying to tell me like, beauty is in the inside. I got to think that I am, beautiful first in the inside in order to be beautiful on the outside. So me and Cassie is pretty much on the same way of thinking, right? And so the doctor pretty much tells her, thank you for stopping by. And Virginia starts begging, like, please, no, stop, wait. She was like, whatever I said wrong, I apologize. I take it back. I didn't mean it. I don't really think that I'm hideous. She was like, I'm just having a really hard time. This has been truly a shitty week, okay? It's been hard for me to get through. And she was like, I just want to be able to look in the mirror and be happy at what I see, okay? And she was like, I don't have no friends. I don't have no family. I drove my housekeeper off. I ain't got no man, baby. I just don't want to end my life like this, okay? And she was like, you can understand that, can't you? So the doctor basically was like, you're not originally from Beverly Hills, are you? So, we find out, no, she's from Wichita, Kansas. She came there for college, but, she told herself she was going to change her life or whatever, and she did, and she married this very rich man. She really did love him. He had old Beverly Hills money, and, but she never gave herself a chance. I guess she more so went into devoting herself to him. And so now she's basically scared that it's too late, right? That's her biggest fear. And so the doctor's looking like she's being a little sympathetic, and she says, it's not too late. She said, first of all, I don't consider what I do to be, plastic surgery, okay? She was like, this is not something that it was just about going to get a license. I said, that's a little bit of red flag for me, okay? She's talking about, I'm not an artist either. I'm not a sculptor. I'm not a healer. I'm not a I'm not a surgeon. I'm a worshiper. I worship the human form. I said, girl, where's your degrees? Where's your licenses? Okay, Virginia, you are not asking the right questions here, girl. Okay. So she talking about it's all in the glory, and it's like something where people spray graffiti or the work of the gods and all this stuff. I'm just cleaning it up, all right? And if you want my help, you need to believe, okay, and that you are worthy of being worshipped, are you? And so Virginia was basically like, I'll be honest with you, okay? Right now I don't feel like I am, but I do want to be, all right? And I want to become someone that I could love. I said, Virginia, girl, no, sis, no, all right? And the doctor, okay, or, worshiper, as she say, basically agrees and says that was a very honest, answer. So she tells her to follow her, and she basically goes in this room where it looks as if she's doing these scans of her face, right? And you can see these pictures up on the wall of people that she supposedly already did. And Virginia's basically saying, wow, they barely look recognizable. They don't even look like, the same people. So this is supposed to make her want it even more, because supposedly these are the people that she's already done. And when she's given her this breakdown of what she does, Virginia's saying, wow, it sounds so mysterious or whatever, and she's over here talking about, yeah, it's just like, the same reason why we don't know all the ingredients in Coke, okay? So she ain't giving out her secrets of exactly what she does, but she is claiming that, she makes these changes in you, right? And she's basically gives her this bill afterwards, and of course this is a very expensive, procedure, and she's like, she would just be basically removing the graffiti, remember? So she says, let me know your answer or whatever, right? Think it over. So now you have her, advisor, the person that basically runs her numbers and lets her know, what's going on, telling her you cannot have no additional freaking debt, okay? If you would have listened to me, you would have been sold everything and kind of downsized. You know, she talking about turning in this Bentley, and he's like, look, I don't give a damn, you know, who you go get. Everybody is going to tell you the same thing. You're already in debt, and this would basically put you in even a worse situation or whatever, you know? She talking about she could cut back. He said, baby, cutting back ain't gonna help you, all right? It's not that simple. You just don't have it for this procedure. But, of course, Virginia don't care what he's saying, and she's like, you know, she gonna go ahead and do what she gotta do to get this, you know, procedure done no matter what he's advising her. So, you know, she go ahead and she's, like, basically putting this, you know, cream on her face or whatever, and she starts to hear some noises, and she goes and looks, and of course she's seeing Cassie and Bernie next door looking like they having a funky good time. And the next time we see her, she's in the doctor's office signing the contracts, giving her this check anyway, and she's going ahead to get this procedure, right? And then she's telling her that she wants to do her hands too. And she's like, well, I don't know about hands. I don't have no more money. Okay, it was hard enough for me to get my face done, and I never heard of people having a hand lift. And she was like, no, your hands is beautiful, all right? And this is going to be on the house. There's no extra money for this. This is something that I just want to add in so that, you know, the hands can match the face. And so, you know, your hands have a voice too and all this other stuff. So Virginia's basically like, okay, cool. You know, she's down with it. Anything that's going to make her look better, she's ready to go. And so we see that the procedure, you know, while this procedure is being done, they giving her anesthesia. Now, she talking about, I don't like anesthesia. I said, well, Virginia, how you thought you was going to get, you know, a surgery? You was going to be wide awake while they was doing your facelift and stuff, girl. So they go ahead into this so-called procedure, and they give her the anesthesia, but she's not all the way out. She's kind of going in and out, and she's seeing some chanting and them holding hands and stuff. I said, girl, what is this? What is this? All right. And so when she get home, you know, she got her hands bandaged. She got her damn whole face bandaged. I don't know how the hell she supposed to even reach a pill bottle or take any pills or drink the water or use the bathroom or do anything because she can't move her damn hands. And she's still hearing this chanting even while she's there laying in the bed and seeing different flashes and stuff. And then her daughter comes in like, Mom, you know, she done scared the mess out of her having all these bandages on her, right? And she's telling her she left the painkillers in her purse. Can she get them? She like, well, let me read this first, see what's going on. You know, have you put anything on your stomach? Have you had anything in the last 4 hours? She like, girl, why you look like this? What have you done? She tells her, like, I went to the surgeon. You know, she's telling her, you know, why is your hands like this too? She was like, oh, she did my hands too or whatever. So she's like, how long are you going to be like this, Mom? And she said, well, for about a week. She was like, a week? That means that you need help or whatever. She was like, I can't believe you did this to yourself. She's like, well, it's my body, Faye. I could do whatever I want. It's not about you, okay? So, you know, she was like, Grady, your business manager called, and he said, you know, that you are in a big debt here, that I wouldn't even be able to finish school. You could lose the house. She was like, no, no, no. He don't know what he's talking about. You know, he's basically, you know, overreacting, and she talking about some, you know, if worse comes to worse, you could go ahead and take out loans or get financial aid. I said, damn, Virginia, okay. And then she really gets snotty and come out her face and was like, well, you're not my real daughter anyway, right? So we're finding out that this is actually her stepdaughter. This was her husband's daughter. But I guess the relationship that they had and the fact that, you know, they have grown a strong bond, this really hurt, you know, Faye's feelings. She was like, you never thrown that in my face, and you never made me feel like, you know, I was your stepdaughter or anything. So she like, well, since I'm not your daughter, then girl, you go ahead and handle this on your own. You know, I'm out of here. And she was trying to call after Faye, but Faye wasn't trying to hear her. So she dozes off for a minute, and we see that this thunder wake her up. I said, girl, I would be miserable, okay? You got your face all bandaged up. You got your hands bandaged up. You in tremendous pain. You got the storm waking you up. Now you can't go back to sleep, you know. She trying to get to the damn pill bottle and ends up knocking that all over. And then she just go ahead and trying to lick up the damn pills, off the dresser and crunching them up, okay, without any damn water. And she's still hearing this chanting. And then the daughter comes back, but she don't see her as the daughter at first, right? She's seeing this figure like it's some type of monster, but the daughter's basically like, I'm back, and she's there giving her pills and her water and stuff like that on a regular basis, checking on her, saying, you had a really rough last night. I want you to stay in the bed all day today. So she was asking her, what made you come back? And she was like, well, I just thought about it. She said, she could remember being a teenager, and it was something she wanted to get, or whatever the case may be. And her dad and her mom, when she was in high school, basically, she wanted some side shave that was going to be so cool and feminist or whatever. And they had told her no, and she had did it anyway. And they were really pissed with her and whatever, and took her phone and her computer and everything away, basically to give her this lesson. And she said it was a necklace that her grandmother gave her, and she basically had like just threw it and threw everything all across the room and was so mad. And she was like, I realized that I can't judge you. She was like, you never made me feel like a stepdaughter, whatever, and we all do crazy things, when we really want something or whatever, right? And so she had to think about it in that context. And she was like, I'm just really still concerned with you, though. I want to know, like, these bandages seem a little bit thick or whatever. And she said, well, the doctor did tell me that they would be some swelling. And she was like, well, who exactly is this doctor? What is her credentials? Did you look into her? She was like, I'm not trying to judge. I am trying to be supportive, but I also want to make sure that everything is okay. So, Virginia still would get like a little snappy and have a little bit of attitude that she's asking questions. And then she did go in to see the doctor, and she was telling her, like, yes, there is a little pressure. And she was like, well, what about what my daughter is saying? Because my daughter was basically saying it's thick. And she was like, well, just like you said, there is some swelling. So now then she started to tell her, you need to be around supportive people. I feel like your daughter's being really negative and you don't need that around you. She's like, no, she just care about me. She said, I have this retreat that's in Santa Monica Mountains or whatever. It's a small gathering with my patients and colleagues. I think you were better there. And there's people that's medically trained to take care of you. And I could remove your bandages there. So it could kind of be like an all-in-one. So Virginia talking about that sounds like heaven, but I can't. I don't have no extra money. So again, she telling her, this is not going to be no extra cost to you. This is all on me. So she's telling her daughter she can't even tell her where this retreat is at. And the daughter again is like, I'm not comfortable with this. Why does it have to be a secret? Why can't I know where you are going? I say, yeah, honey, red flags everywhere, okay? You get a red flag, you get a red flag. Like, Virginia don't see nothing funny about this. So when she get there, everybody decked out, is looking like a party. The place look beautiful or whatever. And she the only one walking around with bandages. Now, this doctor want to tell her, or this worshiper, okay, want to tell her that, don't worry about that. Everybody that's here has been in the same position as you have been. They all, came through the same way, and they all have bandages. So nobody's going to be judging you. This is all friends. This is all family. And she like, indulge me. I'm going to take, your bandages off tonight. So Virginia's like, you going to take them off in front of everybody? She like, yeah, I couldn't think of a better way to do it, all right? And so, she comes out and she brings her out and she says, they have thrived both in health and wealth. She giving this big speech to all the party goers. And she bring Virginia out and she's like, this is our newest family member. We're going to go ahead and unwrap her first. But she said, before we even get to that, we have to get into something else. And so she shows Virginia that her daughter basically has sneaked up there, y'all. Okay, she done caught a damn ride because she didn't trust them. Followed them there, snuck in the truck, and was trying to reach out to her mother, but before she could, one of the guys had came and grabbed her. So she was like, you wasn't supposed to tell nobody where you went. Virginia switches on her daughter again. She's like, oh no, I didn't tell her nothing, and how could you do this, Faye? I told you wasn't supposed to come, and you wasn't supposed to know where I was coming. She's like, I don't have nothing to do with this. And for the second time, she says, that's not my real daughter anyway. And Faye is just like, are you freaking kidding me? So, she told security to get rid of her, and she's basically like, don't worry about it. Security is going to take care of her. And the whole time, Faye is still trying to scream and say, you people are crazy. What are y'all doing? And she's telling her mom, that she don't need this. And she had even told the mom, like, this lady has some lawsuits. She done disappeared from 2 other places before she came here. I don't trust her. I don't see no damn degrees or nothing she have. The licenses that she look like she have come from another country or something. Virginia didn't want to hear none of that, baby, okay? She didn't want to pay attention. So when they take these masks off, baby, it was kind of giving me Twilight Zone pig face, y'all, okay? She had the pig face and she had the pig hands. And she was like, what the hell have you did to me? No, okay? What is this? And she said, girl, this is what it was supposed to be, all right? This is what we get together to do every year. It's when you take form of the sun and the butterfly, and somebody has to be the sacrifice. And apparently, baby, this year, the sacrifice is you, okay? We have to be, this is how we stay beautiful, okay? We have to kill the swan, okay? Piggy, 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 piggy. And so they told her, this is how they strive. And they said they do this challenge, and it's a hunt. So they say, Miss Virginia gotta go ahead and run 2 miles down the Pacific, okay, between us and the wilderness. And if you get to the water, then you could go free. This is the chance we're offering you, and we're gonna give you a 2-minute head start. Do you understand? And so Virginia took him out, no, this can't be real. This place can't be real. I can't. I said, well, Virginia, now, you gonna have to now, aren't you, okay? She took him out, who the hell are you crazy ass people? She said, this is how we stay beautiful, now go. So Virginia go running, of course she tripping and falling all over the damn place. And she trying to hide from them. She go through this tunnel, you could see them coming with their damn pitchforks and knives, whatever the hell them damn things was, okay, spears. And, of course, like these little fires so they could see what's going on. And she basically ends up seeing Bernie. Now, why would Bernie just so happen to be there, Virginia? Use your damn brain, girl. And she talking about Bernie, help me. Okay, these people are crazy and they got me out here in these streets. I don't know what's going on. She was like, I need your help. And then she sees that he has one of the, spears as well. So Bernie is definitely not there to help. He is there to hunt. And obviously Miss Cassie gave you this on purpose so that you could be the thing that they could hunt. Okay, Bernie was down with it too. And so, basically after that, once she, seen that he was down, they all surround her and they basically are all stabbing her up. And her daughter comes back around again like, why y'all doing this? I don't understand. She was like, why the hell, have y'all done this to her or whatever? When she's crying over her, she was like, she did not deserve this. But, Miss Worshipper, okay, a.k.a. fake doctor, is basically telling her, this was always meant to be. She was specifically chosen, okay, because you were, in fact, chosen. You have always been one of us. She's like, think back, remember. And so apparently, this bracelet, necklace that she had from her grandmother, the story that she was telling with that necklace and everything ties in. And she was actually supposed to be brought up into this, and they had purposely left her, with Virginia for a certain amount of time until they was ready to come back for her. And she was telling her that she was one of them. So I'm like, well, okay, what's going to happen? Is daughter about to set it off on their behinds? Is she going to turn into some other thing and kick they behind for what they did to Virginia? Or is she going to just be like, all of a sudden remember and be down with them and everything be good? Like, how are we ending this off? Where are we going with this, child? Baby, next thing you know, she's all of a sudden on this daggone college campus, with this guy. Now, it was something else that they had showed where they all had these tattoos on them, right? Anybody that was down with it. And so all of a sudden, when we see in the daggone daughter, going away to school, now all of a sudden she got her glasses off. She freaking got the curly hair going. She ain't got just, the little ponytail going back no more, whatever. And now she has the tattoo, and so she had basically, the doctor had told her that it was time for her to step out of her cocoon and spread her wings and, emerge as her true self and all this other stuff, because of course they always was talking about, these butterflies. And initially, like I said, she was looking at them like they had, three heads, and she, they was telling her that in this world of ugliness, we need to take back the world of right and shine bright with the beautifulness. And so, here she is now dressed with this little shirt and skirt on and her hair all out and curly. And I guess she done got contacts, or maybe when they did the procedure she could see better, child. I don't know. But she didn't have her glasses no more, and she had this, tattoo or whatever. And so she had dropped something on the floor and was picking it up. And then, somebody came up to her and was like, can you tell them, she asked them, could they tell her what school administration was? And he was like, oh yeah, that's the Smith building. I could walk you over if you like. And she like, nah, that's okay. I could find it on my own. But then she notices that he has the tattoo too. And she's like, well, as a matter of fact, I could use some company. All right, I wouldn't mind some company, sure. And so he go ahead and walk off with her to show her where this new campus is. And that is basically how the episode ended, y'all. And I just was like, what? Like, I was going with it. I was enjoying the story. But then when we got to that end, then I was like, nah, I know daggone well. Okay, y'all could have ended this with something better than that. But okay, that's what it was, y'all. So anyway, y'all tell me what y'all thought about this episode, honey. What do y'all rate these episodes so far from, 1 to 6, the episodes that we have gotten? Which ones is your favorite? Which ones is your least favorite? Which ones you could have just did completely without? Okay, tell me how you like in this series, how you like the episode. Let's discuss. Okay, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you are so inclined. Until next time, toodaloo.